Good evening, General Douglas MacArthur. You know, he once said that war is Hades, and how right he was. Bullets, tanks, explosions, and gunfire all come together to create an unpleasant cocktail that we call warfare. And sadly, hardly a day goes by when some country somewhere in the world is forced to drink it. Hello, I'm David McGahan. Tonight on David McGahan's World, we look at film and listen to narration on just that topic. And here it is. World War I was the first and indeed only world war of that name, and certainly the most deserving among it of that title. Its sequel, World War II, did for Europe what World War I had done, except more recently. It was started by this man, Adolf Hitler, whose resemblance to Charlie Chaplin ended with the toothbrush moustache. Hitler was far less funny, and Chaplin less inclined to use death camps as part of a plan to dominate Europe. Hitler's campaign of war ended in 1943, with millions dead or ill, many buildings in need of replastering, and a sad lack of proper socks. Were it not for the efforts of Winston Churchill, the goose-stepping Nazi hordes might still be marching about today, as terrifying and real as these creatures here, which I understand are some sort of goat. War. Would it exist if every soldier picked up a flower instead of a gun? Perhaps. But it certainly wouldn't be as loud, and I imagine there'd be some sort of military inquiry. That's not happening. I've been David McGahan. Good evening to you all, my very good friends. Good evening. Good evening. When God invented the fish, he must have been particularly inspired. God, I mean, not the fish. For the fish and its close marine relatives, the eel and the seahorse, are among several of the things I've just mentioned then, which live within the watery depths and indeed widths of the ocean. Hello, I'm David McGahan, and this is David McGahan's World. Well, obviously not this Chinese man specifically. It was meant to be a more, expansive, more encompassing gesture. In any event, let us then look at video footage of God's own fish in Fish.
Fish got gills and swim around. I find it unusual they don't drown. Fish, 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 yeah.
Fish are aquatic.
Just like humans but got no legs, and they're a lot smaller and they lay eggs. Fish, 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 yeah.
This fish is blue, but this eel isn't.
Fish ain't got no human features, nor do these goaty creatures. Fish, 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 yeah.
What was that?
Fish, 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 yeah.
Ah, yes, I thought you said that. Fish, 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 yeah. Yes, the fish. Certainly the wettest of animals, with perhaps the exception of coral, which is more pliant anyway. So, remember, when next you eat a fish, why not spend a thought, and spare one too, for the delicate food chain that you've not only interrupted, but been a part of. This is David McGahan saying good evening to you all, my very dear friends.